welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are heading northeast out of Flagstaff, and we're going to a pueblo, kind of an old, I think, Indian settlement. That's actually it's a national monument now. So we're heading that way. It's amazing how quickly the landscape changes. We are coming down this vast, into this valley, so to speak, out of the heights of Flagstaff. The mountains, the San Francisco mountains, right outside Flagstaff, or just to the west of us here. But we're heading for an area, and it's kind of got like, looks like sandstone cliffs and stuff, at least from this distance. Like you would see around the Grand Canyon or Vermilion Cliffs, that kind of thing. So this should be interesting to see. Really don't know much about it. We'll find out when we get there. And I don't think it's very high either. We're going to keep going down and down and down, because Flagstaff's about 7,000 feet, and I think this pueblo, these ruins, are around 4,800. So we get a double bonus there. One, we get to see them and experience a different kind of, or a different part of Arizona. But also, if we get down low enough, it's going to allow us to run the heater to help purge all the stuff that may have accumulated from being at high altitude. So, yeah, hopefully a bonus. Look at that view. That's amazing. Arizona is very diverse. We keep exploring and discovering new parts of it. Looks different from everything else we've been to. We turn a corner and the landscape changes again. This is amazing. Now it looks like we're coming into a kind of a canyon area now. I think the pueblo we're going to is actually down the bottom of this. But yeah, look at that. Look at that view.
Oh my.
Wow. Little mini canyon we're in.
It'd be fun to climb up.
Yeah, it goes a little deeper over there. Black Falls Road. Alright, this is our spot. We're pulling off the road over this hump. Alright. And look at that view. Right out the front there. Little canyon. Magnificent. So this is our spot. The wind's really picking up. There's a juniper tree. And there's a little canyon right over here. So we'll probably explore that more tomorrow. But yeah, this is a nice little spot. Beautiful. We're going to further join up and have a look around here and see what we can see. Good morning. We are in a kind of remote spot. You would have seen from the drone footage we shot when we got here last night next to this little canyon. And yeah, it's been a lovely spot. It's quite pristine, I guess you could say. There's not much here. We see a lot of footprints of animals and stuff around. because this surface, let me show you here, it's like gravel, like a fine gravel, and there's just footprints show up easily in it. And there's the van. There it is. Kelly's working. So we're in a nice spot. This is the view. It's just to the horizon. There's nothing and no one. The only people or anything that's around is way over here, way out there. Don't know if you can see it, but just there, just the base of that hill there. There's the buildings for the visitor center for the pueblo we're going to go to this afternoon, where we stopped last night and checked it out, but they didn't allow camping in the parking lot, so we came to here. But that's the only building or anything around. Other than that, there is nothing all the way around. And you can also see, I didn't notice this last night, but I noticed it this morning, right there. That's Arizona's highest mountain peak. It's part of the San Francisco Mountains that are right outside Flagstaff. That's it, poking up behind that hill. So that's kind of give you an idea of where we are. We are kind of northeast of Flagstaff, but it's beautiful here, magnificent. So we're gonna go over here and explore this canyon. And the drone looked like it had showed like water in there last night, so we're gonna go and have a look and see. Okay, so I've seen a lot of tracks converging this direction towards this particular spot on the edge of this little canyon, and a lot of different tracks. Small animal tracks, looks like some rabbit tracks, maybe some fox or a coyote, and then just here, these, which by the size of them look like elk, and they all kind of converge over here. So I'm wondering if this is like a path down. So we're going to go and check it out, because they all converge here, all these different tracks, because I think there's water down here, and so they may come this way in the search for water. And this definitely looks like it's a natural gentle slope right down to it. So yeah, yes it is, and there's water down there. So this is where all the animals must come to come down. I mean, the number of tracks that are converging here to form almost a virtual pathway is incredible. But when you look down there, that looks like the creek there, and my guess is there's water in that. So we're going to go and have a look. Well, this canyon is beautiful down here, magnificent. And if this canyon has created this creek and it's a permanent water source, it's no wonder the Native Americans had built dwellings and pueblos and stuff around here, you know, with water nearby. That would certainly make all the difference. Now this creek bed, let's have a look as we get up close here. I mean, it's definitely moist, and this spot looks dry. Although I thought I had noticed on the drone that there was actually water further down. So maybe there is, but we might go down in there and have a wander and see what we can find. So we've been following these elk prints for quite some time now. It's obviously he was down here looking for water in this stream bed. I don't know if he found it or not, but we're going to keep going. Hopefully we can try and find some and see what else we see. But we're getting deeper and deeper into this canyon, and it is just magnificent. There's little side canyons going off in different directions. There's towering rocks and rock formations. It's beautiful down here. Well, Soph has taken herself up here on these rocks out of down there, because I think she's got a sticker in her paw, which I just pulled out. But there's still no sign of water. We've been following these tracks, and I call them elk, but I suppose it's possible that it's mule deer, because mule deer are certainly bigger than white-tailed deer, so they might be making bigger tracks too. So it's possible that it's a mule deer, but whatever they are, we've been following those tracks for a while. I mean, we were way up that valley. So yeah, we've come down here to no avail, and opportunities to get out are getting less and less, because this canyon is getting deeper and the sides are getting steeper, like right here. So I mean, that's pretty steep, and well, I might be able to climb out. Soph can't, so we may have to backtrack to find ourselves a way out. I'm just gonna have a look over here in this little crevice right here and see if there's a way up and out. If not, we'll have to backtrack because yeah, it's all pretty sheer at the moment. All right, it was nothing but sheer wall that way too, so we have turned around and we're going to try and backtrack until we find a spot where we can get out of here. Because yeah, down here, I mean, it's sheer, it's certainly climbable, but not for this one. Even though she thinks she's a mountain goat, it's not really climbable for her. So we're going to come back up this valley we just walked down and yeah, find ourselves an exit this way. I think it's the better way of doing it. So okay, so this is the way we came down. So found it. We were walking up the thing here. She found it right away. I didn't have to follow my tracks. She knew exactly where we came up. Hopped right up on here and is heading up. So we're going to head back to the van. I'm going to have some breakfast because haven't had breakfast yet, and hopefully get into some shade because that sun's getting warm already. It is getting warm. But it begs the question is if this canyon does not have permanent water, then it makes me wonder, how did the pueblos around here sustain life? Because this would be, I guess, initially the most logical place to find water. And if there's no water here permanently, how did they live? Maybe we'll find that answer this afternoon when we go to the visitor center. So here is the pueblo. Interesting. Little houses and rooms for a little community all along here. I don't know if that's a corral or something down there, and another one over there further. But yeah, interesting. Really interesting. So this is the back of the pueblo up close. All these little rooms for people where they lived and worked and all that kind of thing. See, they kind of led from one into the other, all up through here, all down this little ridge they built up. It's amazing to think that a whole community of people lived and everything in this area, because this is remote, as you can see by the background there, and it's dry. The information said that they actually collected water on the roofs of the flat roofs of these, collected water into little pottery jugs or basins or whatever to have water. But yeah, it's a very arid environment. All right, this is the next one we're coming to, this next pueblo, and that's the sign for it, and that's it out there. It's quite an amazing thing. It really sticks up and you can see it for a little ways away, whereas the other one you couldn't, but this one you can. So we're gonna go explore this one.
I love how it looks like it's grown right out of the rock, the way that they built them. I mean, like this one, it almost looks like it's sitting on a ship, but it just sets it apart from other homes and buildings that were done by the Indians.
Yeah, indeed. Well, so this is it up close. You can see they've really built up and around and on this rock outcrop. Be like a little fortress up there. I'm assuming that one of the reasons they did that was to help from the perspective of safety, from not having other people get in there very easily and being able to defend it. Because if somebody attacked you, it's not like you have neighbors out here to call on to help. Like, this is it. You either defend yourself or not. So this is incredible. It's amazing. It's just mud, as you know, as mortar between all the stones to build on. It's crazy. But they did it amazingly. I mean, straight walls, very, very tight corners and everything. So this is a little room right here. And then there's a little doorway for another room up there. I think they use ladders instead of stairs to get up in places, but it's incredible the amount of detail and craftsmanship in these walls for something that's, close to 1,000 years old. And then that's another doorway
I'm guessing they weren't huge people, because that's Kelly squatting down, and that's the size of the doorway.
And the sand is just like pure concrete to hold it all together.
Yeah. And this little open area here, I'm assuming, is where they probably did a lot of everyday life stuff out here in the open, you know, cooking or weaving or any of that kind of stuff. And either when it was cold or when it was, you know, dangerous to be outside, they would come inside and, you know, live in the rooms. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. So we're out here in this kind of large communal area, and it's amazing because, you know, it's a real drop off out there over the edge, but it certainly would give them a good view around, you know, in case enemies were to come or whatever. It'd be a real kind of fortress for them. One last look at this. I call it the Citadel Pueblo, even though it's not called that by name. It has a different name, but it is like a castle on a hill, and it served the same purpose. Protected them and sheltered them and all that. So very interesting. So we were just getting ready to leave the parking lot here from this Pueblo, and you can see in the distance the mountains, the San Francisco mountains that are just outside of Flagstaff where we're going. And I think that main white peak on the right is the highest in Arizona, but we're going to be going around to probably the backside over here, where a bit more where Flagstaff is. So
we've seen that mountain everywhere we've gone.
yeah, it is. You can see it not far out from Phoenix, which you're coming north. When we came in from the east, we saw it for probably 100 miles away. And when you're coming out of the Grand Canyon, so you start heading down, you see them. Like, they are like the prominent feature in the whole of north central Arizona here that you can see from everywhere. They're just so much higher than the whole rest of the landscape here, like significantly higher. Not just a little bit, like double everything else that's around. Because Flagstaff's around 7,000 feet. The south rim of the Grand Canyon is 8,000, and those peaks are around 14. So like they are just like double everything else around here, and they really stand out. So we just saw this sign on the side of the road and thought we have to stop. We have to go and see this painted desert. So this is the view, and that out there, really hard to tell from this camera most likely, and all that, but that's the painted desert out there. So we were basically on the very edge of the painted desert all day today. And then the cliff, the huge line of cliffs beyond, is the actual painted desert. All right, I'm going to try and zoom in on the cliffs and stuff of the painted desert. I don't imagine that they're going to turn out very well. But out there, all those bright oranges and yellows and reds, that is the painted desert.
So that view is okay, but we've seen much better. And we've heard of the painted desert, so there must be other views that are much closer.
I think you could, the whole trip north, like heading up towards Page and Vermilion Cliffs National Mine where we were, all of that you can look out and see the painted desert. You know, this is just from the viewpoint of this road, and I agree. Like, I think we've seen better. We've seen it closer and more spectacular than this. I agree. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's still nice. I mean,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, but we've had better viewpoints.
Yeah, too far from it too.
Yeah, we are far from it. There's Humphreys Peak in front of us as we come down the road. Kelly just did a little bit of research on it as Arizona's highest mountain. It is, what'd you say, it was 13,900 and some odd feet, so just about 14,000 feet, which is, you know, a pretty high mountain, and evidently you can climb it. So we kind of stuck that in the back of our minds, thinking, yeah, maybe we can do that. But we wanted to climb on this Sunset Crater volcano here next to us, but it says the climbing is prohibited. It's a bit of a downer, but oh well. So this is a lava field here we're passing just off to the right. It's incredible. And it's just like, yeah, a lava flow.
Wow.
Like it just happened. There's nothing on it. It's crazy. Okay, so we're back in Flagstaff. Doing laundry, and we've eaten, and
it's empty.
Yes, it's all in the laundromat at the moment. But we have stopped and gotten ourselves another bakery item, or items, as the case may be. From the same bakery, we've been hitting the same bakery here. It's like the fourth time in Flagstaff because it's the best bakery. So Kelly has not told me any of the times when she's gotten me. I find out when she comes out. So I'm waiting for her to open this box to find out what goodies that she's gotten for us.
So this is a first. I haven't seen these before. This is for Sophie. It's a pup cup. I have no idea what it is. Isn't it adorable?
It's cute.
So I got Josh an almond blueberry crumb cake. And I got him a blondie.
Ooh.
And I got myself a blondie. But I didn't realize it had pecans. I hope they're just on top because I'm not a huge fan of nuts. And then this like leftover bunny that's just a sweet
Yum.
what do you call that?
Easter cookie?
Well, yeah, but
Shortbread?
yes, shortbread. The all right, you want to see?
Somebody's been waiting for their pup cup. She's been sitting here the whole time staring up.
You smell it?
Ooh, what's that?
Mommy got you something.
Ooh, she sits right away. She knows.
Oh, give me! I didn't even know.
Ooh, give mommy a kiss. She's like, give it to me, mommy. Give it to me. I'll kiss you all night. Just give it to me. All right, so this is a Walmart. We are in Page, Arizona, which is very close to the Utah border. Walmart, you know, you could probably maybe just see there's a whole bunch of RVs and vans and everything down there. Ours is one of them. But this has got to be the Walmart with the best view. Have a look at this. Isn't that incredible? Absolutely incredible. And not far away, I don't know if you can see it, out just around here, there's some cars, there's a big parking lot, because right here, just about right there, is actually a Horseshoe Bend. I can't see it here. We're not on the escarpment, not right next to it, but that's Horseshoe Bend. So that over there, I think, is Vermilion Cliffs, which we've been to before. But the Horseshoe Bend is right there. I mean, it's literally 5 minutes outside of town. I thought it was going to be a lot more remote, and I was hoping we were going to be able to camp near it. But this is camping in the Walmart parking lot seems to be the closest we're going to get. So Kelly and I just out. She's having a lunch break. You can see that's just the building of Walmart there in the background. We're literally just out behind Walmart, looking at the view. And a few weeks ago, we showed you the wave that was actually not very far from here. But this rock right here really reminds me a lot of it in a lot of ways. It's not quite as smooth, but it still reminds me a lot of the wave. And yeah,
I mean, it's just,
all to ourselves.
It's just like right next to the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like anybody really comes. It's not a known place where people would hike or park. There's no trailhead. It's just here naturally. It's just amazing because it's like, oh gosh, just get to walk out and see all this.
Yeah, as I told you earlier in in this video, I think it's probably the most or the Walmart with the best view.
For sure.
Some more pretty spectacular rock formation here. I don't want to get too close to this edge because I don't know how friable it is. Don't want it to break off because it looks like it's a little bit of an overhang. But you know, it's amazing rock formations out here. Just amazing. All this. I mean, it's right here beside a Walmart. It just blows our mind. So this is us. We are here at the famous Walmart. Showed you earlier some of the views from there, but Kelly's finished work. We've just done a little bit of shopping in there, and Kelly's making broccoli salad, trying to use up this onion, which is so old it's started to sprout again. But
I think it's the heat might be making it.
Yeah, it could be. And there's the broccoli, which was frozen. Our fridge is super efficient. We can't seem to stop it being so super efficient. It keeps freezing everything. Freezing, especially fresh produce, whether it be fruit or whether it be veggies. So don't know really what's going on there, but it's the way it is. But Kelly's working to make this for us, and then we're going to go to Horseshoe Bend. And I did check, and they are allowed to have doggies inside. No, so she sees another dog over there in the distance. But no, so stay here.
Yeah. Because you're talking to her, she wants to come see you.
Hi, baby. Hi, sweetheart. No, I saw
the kind of reaction everybody gives to Soph. Everybody gives her attention. She loves it.
We're still walking down to the horseshoe bend. It looks so amazing even from here.
Alright, so Soph and Kelly are there behind the rail. She didn't want to come out here because this is the unobstructed view. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So Kelly's here trying to do a Marco. But as you can see, she's not good with heights, and so she's having a hard time getting close enough to the edge to actually take it in. Because the edge is right here. Right there's the edge. And that is the bend.
This is a pretty cool spot. I'm glad we stopped.
So, and Soph is not scared at all. She's going right up to the edge. Another viewpoint of this. River. The river that way. It's an amazing thing. Way over there, you can see in the distance there. Over here, where everybody is getting their snapshots. But this is a good viewpoint too. So we've made it back to the car. Kelly's given Soph a drink. She's having a nice long drink. Because it was hot out there and she definitely needs it. Of course, so do we. It was hot out there. We need a drink. But, yeah, what'd you think of that?
It was amazing. So amazing. Just the grandeur of it, like, you know, it's part of the Grand Canyon, but just when you're standing there and looking, the whole 360, you can never capture on camera how amazing it is, and you know, just the vastness and the depth. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Bucket list number 2 item.
Wow, we're really getting through that bucket list.
All right, so we are just leaving Horseshoe Bend. It was a pretty amazing experience. I think we both thought that, you know, like a lot of these things, seeing them in person is so much better than seeing the pictures. Although the pictures are amazing, and we took some amazing photographs as well. And of course, we're gonna, you know, you will have seen some of that already. But yeah, being there in person, the magnitude of it, the gravity of it, and presence of all that around you is, yeah, it's well worth it. Well worth it. As Kelly said, another one of her bucket list items done. So yeah, we're getting them ticked off evidently. Just come through a gap in the hills, and that is the view. That's incredible. This landscape we came past last night, but it was all pitch black and you couldn't see any of this for anything out here. So now coming back and seeing it now with the setting sun on it, all the crazy, all this all just turned like almost to black, and right behind it's this huge red sandstone cliff. What a contrast of colors. And you can see right behind it now it's all red again. Looks like the old bridge over this chasm here. This is in a place called Cameron.
There are a couple of deer up there on the trail. Just moved off into the bushes over here. Soph doesn't see him yet. I wonder if she's going to chase him when the time comes. Oh, there they go. They're off. Guess she's not going to chase him because she doesn't see him. She's over here oblivious. All right. There they are. There's some of them, anyway. You see them right there in the speckles, right there. And I don't know if I think I forgot to tell you in the last clip, but we're no longer in Page. We drove back to Flagstaff last night, and Kelly's working today, and I am walking Sophie here in the Coconino National Forest. There's deer are perfectly still, watching, waiting for who's going to make the next move. There they are, right there behind that tree. And there's a whole group of them, and they are looking at Soph. I count 5, 6 at least. And they are watching her, see her reaction. Maybe there's 7, maybe there's 8. Yeah, I think there's 8 of them. There they go. Hopefully it's not too much of a glare on the camera and you can see that. There they go. And then there's Miss Soph up there oblivious to it all. Now she's finally caught on. Oh, there's animals over there. I missed them. So that was nice to see such a big group of mule deer. And they're obviously thriving in these woods, and yeah, it's great. We are here. Behind me, you can just see up that way, is the mountain. I know, sorry, the sun's glary. We're walking here. We've been walking for, my guess is a half hour or so. We'll probably continue for a little bit longer, make a big loop of this, because anything that's gonna tire Miss Soph out is a good thing. So here's Soph out here in the sun. Hi girl, didn't mean to wake you. You having a nap? Were you having a nap? Alright, go back to sleep. She's there. And I'm on lunch duty, so I've been cooking chili. And I know you got no problem seeing it out here in the full sunshine, but all I did was brown some meat, put in a packet of chili spices, then add a can of tomato sauce, a can of diced tomatoes, a can of black beans, and a can of garbanzo beans, chickpeas, and we have ourselves instant chili. So it's good, it's healthy, it's very yummy, everything's organic, and I used the Jackery, and it's still kind of keeping warm, but it's at, I don't know if you can see that, it's at 93%, so it's used 7% of its power to cook this meal, which is not too bad, and yeah, it's going to be yummy. I don't know if Kelly's quite ready to eat yet, so I'm just going to let this simmer for a little bit, and then we'll eat it. So here's the final product.
I just wanted to answer them, like, leave me alone right now. I'm done.
Kelly's working. Here's the final product. She's got her bowl, I've got my bowl, and we're going to enjoy.
Thanks.
All right, so we have had dinner. We did our normal Friday night pizza, and it was good, but anyway, it was, we're not going to critique the pizza. It was tasty, but small and lacking in some things, but anyway. But it was a mushroom pizza, and it was probably 1 mushroom in total on the whole thing. Maybe. But anyways, we've had that. We've had a little bit of dessert, our own concoction, and now we're heading to the park, and we're going to spend the night there just relaxing. And tomorrow we're going someplace special, but I'm not going to tell you until then, so you'll have to wait till the morning. So if you can see, Kelly's already back there kind of in bed getting herself ensconced, and Sophie's there with her. But we will find out in the morning where we're going, and then of course we'll obviously show you. So we'll see you in the morning.
Morning.
Good morning. We are heading east out of Flagstaff, and we should be on the road for about an hour and a half or so, and then we will get to our destination.
It's Saturday.
Kelly's happy she's not working. Of course, we're happy she's not working. Always nice to have days off and be able to do stuff. So we will show you our destination, though, once we get there.
Pretty excited.
show up pretty well, but you can see immediately on our right, we still have some of the grasslands and, you know, perfect for cattle farms and all that. And then up here, it's like a line is drawn in the sand, and it immediately turns to this like red desert again. It's just such a definitive, quick mark and change. It's crazy. You come down this little hill, and then it's just done. It changes. Everything turns to red sand and rock again. Once more, we seem to be out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there is nothing around. I'm panning off here to the right. There's nothing. It's just emptiness, blankness. All right, Kelly, I think it's time to reveal. Where are we?
Well, you're at the Petrified Forest, which we're
National Park. Yeah.
National Park.
Yeah. And we're going to show you some of the petrified wood. We're going to show you some of the other features around here, including evidently some ground that is blue. That's not an everyday sight. So yeah, but ground that's blue and logs that are rock. How's that sound? Something different?
It's pretty amazing looking already.
Here we are. This is our first place we're going. Crystal Forest. We're gonna try and see what we can see, but there's some pieces right there you can see are chunked up and all that. So Kelly and I were just saying that we were actually quite pleasantly surprised coming out. We were thinking, oh, it's going to be really hot and all that, because behind the glass in the van, it was warm so much that we were turning the air conditioner on and cranking it up. But it's like 73 out, and there's a beautiful breeze blowing. Like, this is so comfy. This is like a great day to see it. So we're happy about that, but pleasantly surprised. So we're on this walk, but just like a moonscape out here. And this wind, I hope you can hear all this in this wind, because there's a strong wind today. The wind is so strong it's blowing Kelly's clothes off. We're back in the van, and I have no idea if you were able to hear anything of what we were saying out there, because that was probably a sustained 50-mile-an-hour breeze, easy. Like, it was super, super strong.
I couldn't even keep my hat on, even with the chin strap.
Yeah, I was blowing a hat off, blowing a shirt up. Like, it was a strong breeze. But anyways, that was Crystal Forest. And now we're going to go on to where the ground is blue. So we are at the Blue Mesa, and that's some of it there. You can see there's a little bit of a blue tinge to the rock. We're going to hopefully get a much closer view, but this is just driving along in what they call the Badlands. This is definitely Badlands for sure. Alright, so this is the Blue Mesa Trail. Hopefully you can hear that. The wind is crazy. This is the Blue Mesa Trail. So we're down in kind of lower area of the mesa now, which is hopefully going to be a lot less wind, so you can hear. You can see behind me here some of that blue color and purplish color of the mesa. It's amazing. There's Kelly. Posing as usual. Blowing off back here. That's how strong that wind is. So we've just got back in the van from the Blue Ground, from the Blue Mesa, and it was interesting. It was super windy. I've got no idea if I'm going to be able to use any of that footage in terms of what we were saying. I might just have to put music to it because that was just so windy. It's super, super windy. Kelly's hat, my hat blew off. Like it was just all over the place.
It has a tie around my ears. Every turn I made, it was just like.
It was bad. It was bad wind. So, but it was beautiful.
We still enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it, and when I took my glasses off, everything looked gray. And I put them on, I guess because of the tint of the lenses, everything looked purple. So I'm hoping on the camera it came out as blue to you, but it might be more gray. I don't know. We'll see.
There's definitely some that was more of a gray blue and then a purple blue on some of the rocks.
But still, it was amazing regardless. Like the color just boom pops up here out of nowhere, it seems.
And then it all disappears.
Yeah.
And just flat lands again.
Yeah, crazy. But we're off to have a look at the Painted Desert, and we're going to hopefully do a walk that allows us to come up on the rim of a little, I'm assuming a little bluff or a canyon or something that allows us to have a good view of the Painted Desert. So that's our next stop.
The colors are changing here.
These are called the teepees. These little mounds of rock that are shaped like, obviously, like teepees. Just come over the lip of a hill. The wind's blowing hard, but that in front of you is the Painted Desert. This is the Painted Desert Inn that we're going to go through here.
Look, they have ice cream.
And they have ice cream. That's all the important stuff. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. This is like the old kitchen, water tap, and old style sink basin. Wow, the old dining area. Amazing.
So cute.
Yeah.
Quite a view.
And this furniture was constructed by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Wow. Back in the 30s. And it's still here being used. They don't make that. They don't make it like that anymore. Out here in this little patio. It's nice and cool. It's lovely.
Is this clay? You think?
This is that adobe style. It's like clay or concrete over it. Yeah. Out there and there's the view. More dining here. Booths. And the bar. And there's the menu. Look at that. You could get an ice cream for 15 cents. And you come out here and there's a couple of rocking chairs in front of a picture window. The view. So this tells the story of the people who built this inn, the Civilian Conservation Corps. They were so short of materials, they made all these light fixtures by hand. They made them by hand out of the tins their food and everything else came in. Incredible. Alright, so Kelly and I have just gotten ice cream. 2 scoops in there. That was mine, 2 scoops. That's hers. She's already eaten hers. Like, it's huge.
I mean, I've had half this size for 2 scoops. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I got vanilla on top and then bunny rocks or something in the bottom. It's supposed to be chocolate. It's good.
Yeah. And look at the view we have. That's our view while eating ice cream. This is one of the best views we've ever had eating ice cream. Looking at the Painted Desert, this is amazing. So it's a little bit more protected here, just over the lip, so you can hear me. This is our panorama of the Painted Desert. And over here in the distance, you can see that's the Painted Desert Inn where we just were, where we stopped where the van is, and we got some ice cream. But this is magnificent. The colors are just incredible, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on, all the way out here to the distance, as far as you can see to the horizon. So we're getting ready to come down off this mesa, out of the national park here. But the views are just
beautiful,
amazing. They just go on to the horizon. They're incredible. But we've enjoyed it so far. But we're going to try and find ourselves some water at the visitor center if we can, and if not, we'll cope. And then we're going to go further south into the national forest and try and camp there among the trees and hills and out of this wind. That's our hope. Okay, so that was a bust. No water there. This park does not offer water, potable water. I know some parks do, Grand Canyon did, but this one doesn't. So we're gonna go without the water, but we are gonna still travel to a national forest and camp there. So that's where we're heading now, and we should be there within a couple of hours. So we're driving down the road, and we've got antelope. Just out there, they were here by the edge of the road feeding. Aww. And now they're out there. There they go, they're running. They're off. But we don't see them very often, that's for sure. And Soph's getting all worked up. She's never seen them, she has no idea what they are. But she's getting worked up. But yeah. Antelope. So we are in what is open range country. There was a sign a while back, well, like 20 miles back, that said open range, beware cattle on the road. There's cattle on the road. There's a little bullock.
Getting a little stare down. Look at that.
Yeah, we're getting a stare down.
Alright, gonna move.
Look at me, he's like, what do I do? What do I do? Get off the road there, young fella. There you go.
Young.
There you go.
He does look young, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very young. Alright, there you go. You've learned a life lesson. Get out of the way of cars. So we've just pulled off that main dirt road onto this little road here. And we're going to go back here and see where it goes. See if we can't find ourselves a nice spot to camp. We will definitely have privacy though, because we haven't passed another car, although there was a car, it was a pickup truck about 5 miles back. I was parked back in the bush. But besides that, a car on the road, we haven't seen one of them for, gosh, 20, 30 miles at least. So we're going to see where this road takes us. A little bit of adventuring here. I've got no idea where it goes, nor do I know what the road conditions are going to be like. But that's part of the fun.
Talk about being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, we are quite remote. The road got progressively worse and worse and worse as we came down. The fences disappeared, became open range, and eventually it turned to dirt. And then we've turned off of that road onto this one, which is more of a track than anything else. Just a track. That's a nice flat open spot. Ooh, there's even a fireplace there. That's somebody's camped there before. It's flat. Nice.
Take it.
We might just do that.
Did you get a prickly in your foot already? Oh, you did. Well, let me get that.
Hi, Carol. Found this great spot. Great spot. It's nice. We're a little bit in a little gully, so we're sheltered from the wind. You feel it, but it's not howling through here.
It's still pretty windy.
Yeah, but it's not bad.
At least we have the sun back here for
Yeah.
showering.
And we're flat. Like we're perfectly flat, so that's nice.
Oh,
This is great. Loving it.
good morning.
Good morning. We spent last night in the Sitreeves National Forest, and it was windy. It was windy yesterday. It was windy today. They're predicting wind. Like yesterday, you'll see from all the video, it was constant high wind, like 50-mile-an-hour high wind. There was so much drone footage. I was like, oh, I want to shoot this. We couldn't get out the drone. Just get blown away because this is a light little one. So anyway, no drone footage, unfortunately. And the same is true today. It's very, very windy. But we have done a lot in the last week, as you've seen in this video, and there's always more to do. But for now, we're going to say thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you out there.
See you out there.
We really do appreciate you watching, and for those of you who take time to make comments, we appreciate that as well. And we know we have a much bigger audience out there. They just haven't found us yet. And so we really do appreciate those of you who take the time to share our videos with your family and friends as well. And I also want to give a shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to support us in a more direct manner, Patreon is a great way of doing that. You can head over to our Patreon page. The link is in the description. And it allows you to see these videos not only early, but also ad-free. It's just one of the many advantages of becoming a patron on Patreon. But we do appreciate all of you, and we'll see you out there.